Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another session of Teams in 20. Today, we're going to be talking about Clipchamp. So if you haven't heard about Clipchamp, it's fairly new to M365, definitely. It's a great little tool, especially if you want to create some really easy videos. Let's get started. I'm going to give you a quick 2-minute video on what is Clipchamp.
Video is an essential business communication tool. Whether it's internal communications or external communications, connecting with people through video has never been more important. But how do you produce high-quality videos quickly and cost-effectively, especially if you're not an expert? Introducing Microsoft Clipchamp. Whether you're new to video or an expert, Clipchamp enables you to create professional-looking videos for an impactful viewer experience. Clipchamp gives you all the editing tools you need to achieve your video creation goals. Intuitive, user-friendly features like the timeline editor, trimming, webcam and screen recorder, video resizer, transitions, and text enable you to immediately start creating videos. And because Clipchamp is built on OneDrive and SharePoint technology, your data is secure and integrated with Microsoft 365. Plus, it's easy to share your videos safely on Microsoft Stream. Enhance your work. Elevate your brand. Upgrade your communications. No experience required. Clipchamp.
So I'll just give you a quick intro. Hopefully you're a little bit more excited to learn more. So basically Clipchamp is a free app that provides you with the basics you need for video editing. So there's two versions. There's a personal version and a work version. And I'm going to take you through a little bit of information on all of those. So if you've ever used Stream and you had that trimming tool in Stream and you thought that was brilliant, where is it? Clipchamp's now your editing software for videos, but it's not just a trimming solution. There's a lot more to it. So when I talk about the work app, I'm talking about Clipchamp for M365, and that's fairly new into M365. It's been in this personal space for a while now. So you could have the free version of Clipchamp that you could use for personal editing, which is really good. You can create lots of videos. You can do HD videos as well. But then there's an essentials version, which is a paid for version. And I'm not getting commission on this, I promise you. But I did a bit of research on this. The Essentials app, I think it's about $9.99 a month. You can cancel at any time, but that gives you extra features like 4K stock images, royalty-free audio, things like that, branding kits, and so there's two options for personal, the free one and the essentials, and then there's Clipchamp for M365 as well. So you can use it for lots of different use cases, things like podcasts, work videos, trainings, things like Teams in 20. Also, you can import videos, and you will in M365 be able to add subtitles to those videos soon. It's coming on the roadmap. You can do that now in the personal versions. I think that might be an essentials capability. But, you know, if you've got videos that you have to create for work, and a lot of customers actually outsource those videos to a company and have subtitles added, this could be a game changer from saving costs perspective. It is available in the browser, it's on the desktop app, and it's on the mobile app. At the moment, it says it's iOS. So I'm presuming that Android is on the roadmap. But all the details I could find so far only mention iOS. So I'm going to look into that a bit further and have a deeper dive on that roadmap as well. If I find any great information or further information, I'm going to pop that in the description on the YouTube as well as our communities. Another great feature that I found in my Clipchamp journey is this voiceover writing tips, or the text-to-speech feature. Now, I love this because, as you know, I've got a really strong Northern accent, and sometimes I might chuck in words that are not quite the Queen's English, or King's English. And this is a great tool that helps you do those kind of audio tracks over the top of your videos, and you just type in what you want to say, and it has about 170 voices that you can choose from, so you don't have to worry about that strong accent not necessarily being understood by everybody. So great feature there. I'm going to crack straight on with this demonstration. I've put this together. Hopefully it all makes sense. There's a lot more to Clipchamp that you might know, but this is the basics and what you will see in M365 today. So I'm going to give you a short demo of Clipchamp for work. So the features are a little bit different, I think, from the personal version. I think there's more in the personal version at the moment, and the work version will slowly ramp up. But if I go into office.com and search for Clipchamp in the search box, I'm going to get this app, and then you'll get the screen. You see I've already created a couple of videos before. I'm going to start with a blank video, and then it's just going to give me this really simple navigation set. And I'm going to just walk you through this before we start. So at the top here, we've got the name of the project, and obviously can change that to what I want it to be. And then I've got this navigation bar down the left-hand side. The first bit, which is one of the most important bits and the bits where you start, is about importing media. So I can import videos and screenshots and GIFs or whatever, audio, whatever I want that's going to make up my video content. So that is the My Media section. I could also record straight from Clipchamp as well. So if I wanted just to do a quick screen record webcam footage, I could quickly just add that into my content. As I'm making up the content, I might want to call out for various bits. I might want to add just big text boxes or something that say, you know, click this or whatever. So the text box option is there. I might want to have the background a solid colour. So as we click in and out content, if the background appears, it is one of these colours. So you can add a colour for the background, and then transition. So as we move from one bit of content to another, do we want that to fade through? Do we want to do anything fancy, a bit of a morph glitch, or cross-fading, circular wipes? You know, you've got the simple stuff to some of the more cooler, I suppose, options there. Then in the center, this is really where you're going to be doing your work. So you've got your play screen and your timeline. I'm going to come back to that once I add some content. And then on the right here, you'll see, okay, well, what kind of size video do you want to create? Is this going to be something for mobile, or is it desktop content? And then you've also got some more options here, things like changing your audio volume or fading in and out of your content, adding more filters and effects. I'm going to go back through this once we've got some content. So let's start there. Now I'm going to import some content from my OneDrive, and I'm going to do what I would normally do for Teams in 20. So I've got my Teams in 20 music. Maybe I've got a background image in there. So I'm going to add that. And then I'll take the recording from the actual session that we have done during the day, and I'll just pick that up and I'll pop that in there. Now it's going to add all of these things. It's just uploading it. And I am going to drag and drop what content I want in my video into this timeline here. So I want the video that I recorded, so I'm going to start off with that. And you can see here that it's put this timeline together. It's 20 minutes. This is the recording. What the most important button for me, I think, is this plus button. So if I click the plus button, it extends this out and I can scroll left to right, but it means that I can get to the bits that I actually want to edit a lot better. Now you can see now that I've got this timeline, I've got more things have lit up here. So I'm in the effects option here, so I could do things like maybe I want disco theme or retro graphics or comic or whatever. You get the idea. I'm just going to close that off for now. I want to edit this video to get rid of some of the things that we might do during the session, but actually I don't need on the YouTube. So I don't need this screen, for instance, that meeting private channel. So I'm going to move that up. And you see I'm moving this line here to where in the content I want it. And I can play that as well so that I know that the audio is right. But I'm just going to snip it. So you see here there are some little tools here. I snip that, click on the bit that I don't want, which is now highlighted in green, and just delete that. So now my recording is going to start from here. You probably can't hear the music, but there's music playing. I'm just going to mute that. And then I'll get to the bit where I do hello, but then I start talking about housekeeping. So I'll go and play the bit till there's a natural break. That's going to be next week. We had to do a bit of a last minute change around, so apologies for that, but I'm hoping you're still going to find this session interesting today. Okay, so I've got a natural break there. I've stopped talking. I'm just about to go into housekeeping, so I'm going to cut that. And then I'll play it again till the end of where I do all the housekeeping bit and I get into the agenda. And I'm going to cut that and I'll just get rid of that bit. Okay, so I've already started getting this how I want it. Now there's a few things I could do here as well. I could add some text if I wanted to. Maybe I want to pop a little bit of text in there. You'll see it's got this other line at the top here, and there's a little dash there. Now I can zoom in here, and I can click on this text box. I'll move it over to this text box. I can make this text box longer as well. But let's just start by adding some text. Now white's not going to work for me, so I'm going to change the text to black. And I'm just going to say, I don't know, great content. Now if I copy that, I can change the font size here. I can change the actual font. I can change the alignment, color, all the things that you'd expect. And I can move this around on the screen to where I want it to be. Now, it's only going to come on for these few seconds in my timeline, but I can extend how long I want that text to show for just by drag and drop it. So if I go here, so this session, see that text is now popped up. Now as we move from one bit of content to another, I might want to add some transitions in as well. I might just pop one in here. You can see actually where there's gaps in the content, it actually says, do you want to pop in a transition? So I'm going to pop one in there. And then there's one at the end here, I think. So I might pop one in there. So let's just have a look at this one. I can, once I've clicked that, it gives me this option here. I've also got the transitions here, but I can pick one of these. So why don't I say, let's keep it simple. We'll just have a push up transition there. So if I start from here, press play, see it quickly push that transition up. I can also change the duration of that. So if I wanted that to be really quick, I could, see how quick that was. But as I'm going through my content, I can add more transitions wherever there's gaps. So maybe I want to do a bit of maybe a morph glitch. Just drag and drop that onto the transition there. I want that to be quite long. You see, as I've gone and extended that line, this timeline has increased here as well. So I'm going to just press play. Sure that they're kept up to date. So having a And there you go. There's my transition. Another thing that I might want to do during my video is just edit the size. So say I've got to this bit and I want to do a bit of a demo, and actually I don't want my face to be there. I can change the size of this. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this section up. So I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to move here and I'm going to cut that. Now I'm going to work on this section that's highlighted. So just make sure that your line is in this section. It hasn't moved off into another section. And then I click on the screen and I decide I want to crop it so I only see these bits. So it's making people focus on the content only. And then I'm going to press the plus. You can see now I've cleared the rest of the screen. Now I can extend the bit out that I've created. So it takes up more of the screen, and I can pop that in the center. So what's going to happen now is we'll go through this, and you'll see, let me go back there. You see I was featured here on the right hand side of this screen, but then as we've moved into the content that I just edited, it zooms in onto this bit so that there's more content and less navigation. Okay, so we've covered all of these elements down the side. We've talked a little bit about this. So you've got these options here. You can rotate or flip the images, do picture in picture, do your cropping and movement. So you can edit this screen for certain parts. You can cut and duplicate parts of your film as needed. You can split out the audio. So if you right click on any bit and you want to detach the audio, maybe you don't want the audio to be, you can actually save it separately as well. If you don't want the audio to be part of that clip anymore, you can do that. Or maybe the audio is just really loud in that area. You can reduce down the audio for that section. So all the buttons that you've got here are also here, but you've got this extra bit here with this unmute detach element. All your controls for if you want to fast forward, but I always find that this, just dragging this timeline button is great. You can make this screen a little bit bigger as well. But don't forget that little plus button. That this just saves me so much. If you want to just do a deeper dive into where things are, if you've got quite a lot of content and you want to minimize back out so that your timeline's a little shorter, that helps as well. So you've got your video all sorted and you want to export it, you can share that in your OneDrive, but you can also export it in different quality, save it directly here, change the location and export it. So really, really quick, great little tool to get you started if you've never used any video editing software before. So hopefully that all made sense. I could see there's loads of questions. I tried answering some of those. I'm going to carry on answering them, especially around licensing. I might not have all the answers today, so I'm going to go and have a look at that. As I mentioned before, there are lots and lots of questions about Clipchamp licensing and roadmap. One of the questions that I found lots of people are asking is about these features. So there are lots of features that are currently in the personal solution that are not yet in M365, and that is things like stock video images, text to speech and captions, but they will be coming into the solution soon. So if you're interested in this, keep an eye on the roadmap. Do have a look at some of the great resources that are out there. There's a fantastic YouTube that just has 2-minute quick videos on each of the features. And that is it for today. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you join us again next week, where we're going to be covering new teams and the Meet app, which is one of my favorites. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you.